Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello and welcome back to the Red Lasered Water Guy show. And we're glad to have you here with us. We're here to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. So hope you're having as much fun as I am, because having fun is one of the keys to staying healthy. You know, I've been my theory my whole life. If it wasn't fun, I didn't do it. I even shut companies down that I started, sold them, you know. When the fun left, I left, I guess is a good way to put it. And so it's worked out well for me my whole life. So anyhow, we're here tonight to talk about emergencies because they happen every once in a while, and especially like when you're bleeding. And so, but emergencies are, like I say, they come and go in all different sizes and intensities and traumas. And, you know, we have self-care tools that can help you mitigate the drama from a trauma, because we take the trauma out of the injury in like 45 seconds to a minute. And so that's what I want to talk tonight about, especially if you got kids, active kids out playing. You know, I was one of the most active kids. I got hurt quite frequently, or I hurt myself quite frequently, and I didn't have these tools. So it was a lot more painful back then with, you know, what we used methylate and iodine and stuff like that. But, you know, when you, there's two ways to go through life. One is prevention, you know, where you stay healthy. And then when you have an emergency, you know, it's not nearly as traumatic because your body's healthy and your body handles it. But if you're dehydrated, if you're sluggish, low energy, you know, if your mitochondria are not producing enough energy to keep you, you know, fully fit, then that trauma or that emergency is going to be harder to get through. And so that's what I want to talk a little bit about tonight, is learning why the red and infrared laser can take the trauma out of a new injury in 45 seconds or so. And then the body actually starts to communicate in that area. See, all discomfort and dis-ease comes from lowering of the body's frequency in that area. So the body has an optimal wellness frequency for everything. It's like a muscle. A muscle that's optimally healthy vibrates at a specific frequency, animal or human. And if it's hurting, it's vibrating lower than that. And if you hurt it, it vibrates lower. It's like when you cut yourself, you know, anywhere. It immediately lowers the frequencies in that area, goes into a shock. The cells stop communicating, the immune system stops working, the mitochondria curl up, figuratively speaking, like a hedgehog, according to NASA, and stop producing ATP, or as much ATP. And so we can help you help your body help itself get through that in just seconds and minutes to where it starts healing itself. And so let's go ahead and pull up the slides, and I'll show you a demonstration on that. All right. Again, we're here, the red lasered water guy, because the red laser replicates sunshine, and the red and infrared rays in the sunshine that our body needs. And then water is the most critical thing we have, because every function in the body requires water. And without water, there is no life. So that's why I've named the show that. And, you know, it's about helping your body heal itself naturally. Give me a call or send me a text, 469-766-5511. If you have any questions, let me know how I can help you. Again, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. Or you can use Joe at theredlaserguy.com. And then I've got a Facebook page. Facebook is just Joe S. as in Stanley Blanton. And then that's also the extension on my pureVibranz website. Okay. So this is an emergency right here. I was painting my bedroom a couple of years ago, and barefooted, got a phone call, got distracted, and I had a piece of copper laying on the floor about 2 feet by 6 feet that I used for grounding. And while I was on the phone, I thought I'd slide that copper over with my foot. And bad mistake. Okay. This is about 6 minutes after cutting my foot. I cut the foot, started bleeding real bad, grabbed some paper towels, the red laser. I keep the red laser and the ionizer pointer with me all the time. And so I started lasering my foot. And this is 6 minutes after cutting it. So you can see it's a pretty, intense cut. It's about 1.25 inches, 1.5 long on one side, 1/2 inch or so back into the foot. So this is what the red laser did in 6 minutes to stop the bleeding. 6 minutes later, 12 minutes of fast aid. We call the infrared laser fast aid. And you can see that it's already starting to stitch back together on its own. That's cellular repair in the moment. And so over here on the left, on the left, it immediately relaxed the mitochondria, and in 30 seconds, my foot had 30% more life force energy in the blood because of the mitochondria and the cells in that area and the mitochondria in the blood. We excite the mitochondria. The mitochondria produces 30 to 35% more life force energy in 30 seconds. Now, it also relaxed the mitochondria to do that. Now the mitochondria, the cells in that area are communicating. The white blood cells are free to work. There's no swelling because the cells are communicating again. And that's what happens. And so when the body is communicating, it can heal itself at amazing speed. So the immune system's free to work in 30 seconds with more life force energy. In the next 30 seconds to a minute, it separates all the red blood cells into free flowing because it's raising the vibration in that area back up toward optimal wellness. So now you have free flowing blood, and free flowing red blood cells, when they go through the lungs, gives up more toxin, picks up more oxygen. And that's what the body needs to heal, no matter what the label is better microcirculation, more oxygen, more life force energy. So that in 12 minutes, it's already starting to heal itself up. So what I do, I put some Band-Aids on it, and no stitches. Didn't go to the emergency room or anything like that. I put some Band-Aids over it. I put one of our frequency discs. We have a 3.5-inch frequency disc with some amazing frequencies in it for helping the body. So I put that on the bottom of my foot, put one of our basic pendants on the ball of my foot, put a sock on, and went back to painting my bedroom. Okay. The total downtime between cutting it and being back painting my bedroom was about 33 minutes with fast aid. So I never stopped walking on it. 2 days later, almost to the minute, you can see that it's healing from the inside out. There's no scab because the body's communicating with itself, healing from the inside out. And it healed with almost no scar. If you look real close, you can see a scar. But I never stopped walking on it. And that was 2 days later using fast aid. And that's what I love about it. I didn't have the trauma was gone, the pain was gone, so I could walk on it immediately. 33 minutes later, I was walking on it and finished painting my bedroom. And so that's cellular repair in the moment. That's fast aid, and that's an emergency. Anytime you're bleeding, it's an emergency. The more you're bleeding, the more intense the emergency. But I'm doing a lot of mountain climbing, hiking. I'm still kind of an adrenaline junkie, if you will. And so I keep it with me all the time because it's easy to get, some kind of an injury, even if it's just a scratch or, scrape or, something like that. So again, after the VibranZ red and infrared laser fast aid, it healed in record time. And that's because everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. All these three words are interchangeable. But if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. If you want to find the secrets to your health and your body and staying healthy and active, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. The foods you're eating, everything is you're eating foods for the energy and the frequency and the vibration that match optimal wellness to our body. And with most of the foods out there, it just ain't there. The farther away from nature you get, the less frequencies, energy and vibration are there that are healthy for the body. They become, healthy frequencies are coherent. And the more you process something, the more incoherent it becomes. Incoherent meaning the body doesn't understand the information in it. Coherent, like a lemon, the body understands that information in that lemon because those are frequencies that the body understands. It's a coherent frequency that the body can understand the information and use it to help heal itself. So the vibration is the EMF, the electromagnetic field, and that's the information. It's either helpful for our body or harmful for our body. And your health is determined by the invisible frequency you're vibrating. It's just that simple. It's the bottom line is where you're vibrating. If you're not feeling good, you're vibrating low, and you got to do something to raise that vibration back up. The quicker you can raise it up, the better you're going to feel, and the body can recover from whatever you put it through to put you where you are. Okay. And I say it that way because nobody else is responsible for your health or your wellness, how you handle emergencies. That's all up to you, just like it's all up to me. I'm the only one responsible for where I'm vibrating, what's going across my lips and down my throat. It's just really that simple. And so Vibrance, pureVibranz, the company has made a quantum leap in vibrational wellness with our red and infrared laser pen. Okay, and that's because we're using sacred geometry. The octahedron matches the crystalline structure in our cells, so the body recognizes it and it readily accepts it, and it's in a flat Tesla coil. And what we've done, I call it nature's medicine. Okay, frequencies are nature's medicine. And the company, pureVibranz, calls them human blueprint frequencies, because all the frequencies in our red and infrared laser, it's a spectrum of frequencies, because we go from 660 nanometers to 870 nanometers, working at the speed of light. But it's not the whole bandwidth. It's the specific frequencies that are optimal wellness frequencies for muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, eyes, joints, etc., of our body. And so we've added the invisible difference of nature's medicine, because you can't see it, but it's there. And that's what I love about it. And most people feel it in seconds and minutes. I do a lot of expos, and I work on people through their clothing, through the bottom of shoes. And in 2 to 3, 4 minutes, people are getting relief. And it's just really a lot of fun and fascinating. I've seen some amazing stuff happen. I just had a gentleman send me a video, or I videoed him when the last time I was in Sedona doing an expo down there, and he bought his red laser a year ago at 82 years old. He was using a magnifying glass to try and read fine print. And at 83 years old, he's reading fine print with no glasses. Okay. And so there's a 1-minute testimonial up on my YouTube channel about that. And it's just youtube.com/@the-red-laser-guy, the ampersand. So having a lot of fun is, again, the key to life. So the invisible difference, not all red lasers are created equal. Your standard red laser has 10 frequencies naturally in the color red that match optimal wellness for the body. And most of those are about 635 nanometers, 645, 55, 65, something like that. And, they will help. No kidding. They do. NASA's been using them forever. So they will help with certain, parts of the body, certain like muscles and things. And so what pureVibranz has done is add 1,635 more coherent frequencies that are optimal wellness frequencies for the body, or human blueprint frequencies. So we infuse 1,645 frequencies in a complex waveform containing coherent information. It's all about the information, the brain and the body, the heart, all being able to communicate with each other coherently to where they understand that information. And self-healing can be a response to that information. That's the good part. So red laser therapy versus red light therapy. Both of them work. Okay. Red light therapy mostly are LEDs, light emitting diodes, and it's an incoherent wave because the waves are not in phase. So the information's there, but it's got static in it. We're using a laser. A laser is coherent waves because the waves are all in sync. The photons are all traveling, in sync in the same direction and everything. And so LEDs are like listening to an AM radio station out in the country. Music's there, but there's static in it. Where a laser is like FM high definition stereo. It's coherent light, coherent energy, and there's no static at all. The body understands it totally and completely. So the VibranZ laser is 1645 frequencies. The LEDs have 10 frequencies, and your regular red laser has 10 frequencies. So the nature's medicine helps your body de-stress, and stress also lowers the vibration in wherever that area is that you're holding your stress. Like if you've got a sore neck, a lot of people hold their stress in the shoulders. I work on a lot of people's shoulders in the expos, and that is the neck is vibrating lower than optimal wellness. Slow circulation, poor oxygen, anywhere, pain is lack of oxygen on a cellular level. So to get rid of pain, you need better microcirculation, more life force energy, and more oxygen. That's why we work so well, so quick. So nature's medicine helps de-stress your body. And when you de-stress your body, you actually start upregulating your gene expression to build a healthier protein, and proteins are responsible for the structure and the function of your body. So that's another important factor. There's two key mechanisms of red and infrared light therapy, and that is when you lower the vibration in an area through stress, through trauma, through a cut, any kind of injury, the mitochondria, figuratively speaking, curl up like a hedgehog, according to NASA. And what they don't say is they stop communicating cell to cell. They stop producing enough energy for that cell to do its work because they bring in more nitric oxide and not enough oxygen. So as soon as the red laser hits your body, it's going to relax the mitochondria completely, kicks out the nitric oxide, allows more oxygen in, and that's how the mitochondria are able to more efficiently produce about 30 to 35% more life force energy in 30 seconds. And we've got the science to back that up. So second thing is hormesis. Hormesis makes your cells healthier, more energetic, more resilient, more tolerant to stress, and helps prevent the buildup of free radicals. So those are the two main mechanisms of how we help your body help itself heal itself naturally and starting in 30 seconds. So what we're doing is igniting your own energy to upregulate your gene expression and build healthier proteins, because the mitochondria don't just produce more energy, they're also involved in protein folding. So proteins are the expression of life, right? They're responsible for the structure and the function of your body. So your mitochondria are the key to anti-aging, health, and longevity. According to Dr. Doug Wallace, he says, aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria. Well, think about it. The mitochondria are the powerhouse. They're the life force energy production center of our body. They produce the energy that keeps the cells going, and the cells have to have that energy to do their work. And so if they don't produce enough life force energy, that's where you have a dysfunctional cell or dysfunctional mitochondria. Too many dysfunctional mitochondria ends up as a sick cell. Sick cells, you get too many sick cells, it just progresses right on through. And then you start getting symptoms, and then the people want to put labels on symptoms. So I don't. Every cell has hundreds to several thousand mitochondria producing ATP, as well as there's free-floating mitochondria in your blood. And mitochondria, again, are the engine that runs our body. Our body generates our life force energy. So it's important to keep it healthy. Okay, so about 80% of today's diseases, according to Dr. Doug Wallace, about 80% of today's diseases are because of a bioenergetic deficit in the cells. Low energy, not enough energy for that cell to do its work. And that's the key right there. So the more energy you have in your cells, the healthier you're going to be and the longer you can live. You're the only one responsible for the energy in your cells. So if you're not enjoying the energy and the life and the happiness and joy that you want, you know, you might look into raising that energy in seconds and minutes. And there's some lifestyle change that'll probably take place too, because it's what you're doing right now. It's what you're thinking, eating, drinking, saying, doing, and believing that's lowering your vibration. It's the environment you put yourself in. It all plays together in your health and wellness and well-being. But there's self-care tools out there that can help you change that very quickly. So stimulating the mitochondria is the key, and the red and infrared laser does that in seconds. This is one of the tens of thousands of live microscopy tests we've done. This is a 48-year-old woman. She was hydrated. She was drinking a lot of water. She had water that morning, and but her cells are still relayed. They're still sticky. Okay. And so what we did is shine the red infrared laser on her chest for 2 minutes, about 2 minutes, and then took the blood sample again. And this is what her blood looked like 2 minutes later, all red, free-flowing blood cells. And this is what I'm talking about. There's 30% more life force energy in this blood, separates the red blood cells into free-flowing. Now when that blood goes through the lungs, it picks up more oxygen, gives up more toxins, and it gives you better microcirculation, and the body can start to heal itself naturally. So here we have a compromised immune system, because the only part that gets oxygen or gives up any toxins is the exposed part, because the blood's all sticking together, the red blood cells. Over here we have a healthy immune system. So it's your choice. Which do you want? Okay, on the left, your immune system's compromised because the white blood cells are not free to work freely, and you don't have good microcirculation, and not enough oxygen. So it's where we're at on this is one of my favorites, Dr. Bruce Lipton. The fate of our cells is determined by the chemistry of our blood. No exceptions. Okay, it's a fact. Think about it. So, and you're the one in charge, and so we can help you help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. It's one of my favorites again here. The field is the sole governing agency of the particle, Mr. Albert Einstein. He said back in the 30s that future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. Well, the future's here right now because we've got those. The field is the sole governing agency of the particle. Well, we're the particle, and here it looks two-dimensional, but the field around the body is like a cocoon. It's a biofield is what they call it. And our biofield is like a step-down transformer. It's bringing our spiritual self into our physical self here in this plane, three-dimensional plane. And so that's what's happening. The body and the biofield are constantly communicating back and forth. And, the biofield is what creates and animates your physical body. Here's another gentleman, future medicine, that's Dr. William Tiller. Future medicine will be based on controlling energy frequencies in the body. And that's what we're doing, is we're infusing the optimal wellness frequencies. All of our products are a delivery system to get optimal wellness frequencies into your body. And then the frequencies that are vibrating lower than optimal wellness, for instance, a muscle turning, will always entrain up to the higher frequency. And when it does, you feel a whole lot better, because during that trip, you're getting more life force energy, better microcirculation, more oxygen, and the body heals itself naturally in record time. And so here's one of the tests we did to document this. We asked Dr. Beverly Kuhn down in Santa Fe, New Mexico. She does all of our biophotonic camera work to test, lasering common tap water. And so she took with the red natural laser. So this is common tap water. On the left is the baseline with no laser. That's the life force energy in a drop of tap water. Then on the right is a drop of tap water lasered for 30 seconds. So you can see we've added 30 to 35% more life force energy into the water. The original test was done for 3 minutes. And then we kept shortening the time frame. And the 30 seconds is when it adds the 30% life force energy. You can keep lasering it longer than that, but it's not a big return on the time invested, because the 30 to 35% is the maximum we've been able to accomplish so far. And the next thing that happened is it neutralized the toxins and made the water wetter, to the point a lot of people taste the difference, which is a great thing, because wetter water will help the body hydrate itself more quickly and more completely. And so that's important. And here's the effects of the person that drank the water. The biofield on the left was before drinking the before drinking the lasered water, and then the biofield on the right is after drinking the lasered water. And you can see that it's a lot more symmetry to it. It's, they don't have the gaps and stuff in it. So now the body and the biofield again are communicating more completely, helping to create the body and keep it and protect it and keep it in optimal wellness. So the reason that's important is our blood is 94% water. So anytime we're lasering our body, we're lasering our blood, adding that 30% life force energy. There's free floating mitochondria in the blood. So you may be working on a shoulder, a stiff neck, and the blood's flowing through there 2 or 3 times a minute. So your whole body is starting to benefit immediately from better microcirculation, more oxygen, and more life force energy. And again, that's what it takes for the body to heal itself. Your brain is 78% water. We're not adding anything new. So the 30% more life force energy, the better microcirculation, more oxygen, all goes through the blood-brain barrier to help the brain function better and communicate better with the body. And we have a elite athlete, what most people call muscle testing, kinesiology. I call it a neurological test, because kinesiology is we test it, whether you're putting your arm out, testing it, you're testing the brain's ability to communicate with the muscles under stress. And I call that a neurological test. And so most people fall over real quick. And then when we put them with the laser beam on them, we can't move them at all. And the reason is when we have you in that position, especially the elite athlete position, there's a lot of neurons firing. And we apply a stress on your arm, and then there's a disconnect. The brain can't keep communicating with the muscles, and you go over easy. And then when we put you in the presence of the technology by shining the laser on you, or using one of our pendants, or one of our lotions even, now the brain is able to communicate completely with the muscles, and you're strong as a rock. And then take you out of that presence, and you'll fall over again. So, but the more you're in the energy, it's like I've been using the laser for 15 years, then it's cumulative. It keeps you vibrating higher and higher all the time, because we're exposed to the toxins every day. We're exposed to the lower frequencies around us, the 5G, the harmful EMF. So we have to continually combat that to keep the vibration of the body up high. And that's what we can help you do for your body. We can't do it for you, but we can help you do it for yourself. All right. So this is, again, let's go back to emergencies. All right. If you're going into an emergency, which one of these do you want? All right. Do you want your body dehydrated going into an emergency, and your blood looking like this, all coagulated, sticking together, low energy, no oxygen or low oxygen? That's a drought. Okay, that's what you've done to your body by dehydrating it, by lowering the vibration, whatever it is that's going on if you have those symptoms. Or do you want your blood to be totally free flowing, as on the right, with plenty of extra water to handle an emergency? On the left side here, you don't last long in a serious emergency. On the right side, you've got a lot of cushion there, because you're hydrated well, your body's vibrating higher, everything's working better because your blood's all separated in a free flowing, you get more oxygen, you got more life force energy. So that's the key right there. Another way to look at it is your body has its own drought control system. Okay, when you get so dehydrated, it starts cutting water off and rationing it out to different parts of the body. And when you starve it for water, cells start dying, as depicted in the upper picture. And that, again, is a low vibrating immune system. Your blood's sticking together, low on oxygen, no microcirculation, etc. Things start to die. All right. And then, the key is the body is so good at making you think you're healthy because it's robbing Peter to pay Paul and you don't know it, okay, until it can't rob Peter anymore. And that's when it breaks. And 80% or so of the damage is already done before you get your first symptom, because the body's so good at making you think you're healthy even when you're not. So it didn't happen all at once like most people think it did. So the second option is to have plenty of water, have your blood being free flowing, lots of life force energy, lots of oxygen, plenty of microcirculation. That, if you have an emergency here, you're going to survive it very well because everything's alive in the bottom picture here. So it's really that simple. And the key is you're not thirsty, you're not sick, you're thirsty. Don't treat thirst with medication. Again, I bring this book back, Your Body's Many Cries for Water, Dr. Batman-Galdage. It's an amazing book. I read it like 40 years ago, and it was life-changing because I understood, the value of water and how nothing can replace water. If you put anything in water, it's not water anymore. It's treated more as food. Anyhow. Your health is determined by the water and unprocessed salt, sea salt, that you're putting in your body. It's just really that simple. He's a big proponent of sea salt, unprocessed sea salt. Unprocessed sea salt is the third most critical thing in your body because the trace minerals, it's an unprocessed sea salt that's processed out of table salt, which is not really salt. That's what the body uses for cell-to-cell communication, to help the body, communicate cell to cell, brain to cells, heart, etc. All of that needs the trace minerals in the unprocessed sea salt. So that's critical for health and wellness. So the quality of your life is determined by the quality and the quantity of your water that you're drinking. So water filtration processes destructure water molecules in the process and make it H2O, which I've been taught my whole life H2O is water. Well, it is. It's basic water. So when the water is no longer structured in the way it was intended by nature, the health of your cells suffer. And what that means is the body wants water that's active, like a Rocky Mountain stream, not in a large, 20 million gallon tank, sitting there and going through these long straight pipes and, everywhere like that, going through pumps. And that is not natural water. It's not exposed to the sun. It's critical to have water that's exposed to the sun, which we do that by using the red and infrared laser. We're replicating sunshine, but it's dead water. And so specifically the protein molecules within your cells don't work the right way when this can negatively impact muscular and tissue functioning, because the water, again, is not alive water. It's also macro-clustered. It's got a real high surface tension to where it's hard to get into the cells, etc. The list goes on. So the importance is your body's over 70% water. Part of those people, 70, 74, 75% is what they say overall. But molecularly, you are 99.92% water molecules. Your blood's 94% water. Your brain is 78% water. Your eyes are 98% water. So if you want to be able to, keep good vision, you got to stay, hydrated. Just that, but it really got my attention a few months ago when I discovered that molecularly we are 99.92% water molecules. So is water critical to your health? I believe so, right? Water is vital to your health, well-being, and mood. It aids in digestion, reduces free radicals, improves energy, reduces joint pain, and even improves oral health. Most of the water we use and drink, especially tap and bottled water, has a very high surface tension and is not easily absorbed into the cells. So it's not taking the nutrition into the cells and the toxins out of the cells that nature has intended. Because again, it's H2O, it's a high tension. It's energetically contaminated with over 110 pollutants and nanoparticles, and a lot more actually. Tap, bottle, and bulk municipal water have very high surface tensions and simply do not absorb into the body or plants easily. The reason is the surface tension, it bounces off the cells. And then what we need is low surface tension to where it can carry the nutrition and the water into the cell and water and toxins out of the cell. And so how do you get that surface tension lower? You use our hydrating ionizer to pour your water through. But while filtration and treatment removes the physical substance of contaminants, they cannot remove the nanoparticles, energetic frequencies, which is the cellular membrane of water, carries a memory of all the vibrations of the frequencies that it's been exposed to. Some of you might remember the Dr. Iamoto test where he froze water and sliced it. You could see the snowflake if it was blessed water or structured water through nature, or if it was contaminated water or water, tap water, bottled water. It had an ugly, it wasn't a snowflake, it was all sorts of ugly stuff, would be the picture. And so to prevent the negative effects of frequencies on people, plants, and animals, water molecules must be both physically restructured and energetically reprogrammed by something more powerful than a filter. Because the filter does take out some of the particles, but it destructures the water, makes it H2O, keeps it H2O. Structured, microclustered, and ionized water. Okay, structuring, microclustering, and negative ionizing water converts the charge of the water molecule. The result is the water is split into smaller molecular clusters. So what it's saying is tap water, bottled water, all that have clusters of molecules about 12 to 16 all together, which is too large to hydrate the body easily. And so when you run, for instance, through our hydrating ionizer, it structures the water, microclusters it, microclustering it, bringing it down to 3 or 4 molecules in a cluster, which is small enough to hydrate the body through osmosis like it's supposed to because it's structured water. It also clears the cellular memory of everywhere the water's been when you pour it through our hydrating ionizer. So the water can then be absorbed to deliver more oxygen, minerals, and nutrients to the body, as well as carry out more toxins, which is critical. Detoxing the body is one of the best things you can do to help the body heal itself. Think about it. Most people, if you had a trash can in your garage, and everything from the house, everything from the kitchen, all your excess leftover meals, you dump it in that trash can every day, and then you empty the trash can, but you never wash out the trash can. Okay, what's that trash can going to look like after 35 or 40 years? That's really what's going on in our body. We have to be able to cleanse our body to get the toxins out. It's really critical to have that happen. So how does structured water form? Okay, to create this type of chemical bonding, you need energy. Energy comes from different forms. For instance, we commonly use heat to change chemical structure in cooking. With meat, it denatures proteins, makes it easier to chew. Adds excessive heat to water and it evaporates, so you need different types of energy. Vortex energy applied to H2O can create H3O2, which when you use our hydrating ionizer, you start out with H2O, tap water, bottled water, RO water, distilled water, whatever water, spring water, and it converts it to H3O2. It adds an extra hydrogen molecule and an extra oxygen molecule because it structured it. Okay, and that's where our hydrating ionizer comes in. Just pouring it through there one time. It vortexes it in, vortexes it back out simulating a Rocky Mountain stream in nature. So infrared rays can also change water into its structured form. So there's our red laser. Okay, our red and infrared laser also can structure the water to the point you can taste the difference. When I do the expos, if people have their own water with them, I have them take a taste for taste and texture. Then I have them pour it through the hydrating ionizer into a cup, and 100% of the people can taste the difference, most of them pretty dramatically. Then I laser it for 30 seconds, and they can taste, well, 95% of them can taste the difference again. And that is the best water you can have on the planet. So minerals with a specific energy signature may also change water into its fourth phase, like copper. Water exposed to copper takes on some amazing frequencies also. So there we have our gold disc that you can wrap around the end of the laser, and the gold disc has some copper in it, along with copper frequencies that help to bring the water into a higher vibration also. So what is structured water? Structured water is also known as hexagonal water because it forms a hexagonal cluster. And this is what it looks like. On the left, you have chemically H2O chemical formula. And you can see that it's all, a mess, right? Everything is everywhere. And you also see some pollutants, and you see some chlorine. But on the right, you have H3O2 chemical formula, structured water. Everything is uniformly structured, and you don't see any pollutants or chlorine in it. And again, when you pour it through our hydrating ionizer one time, you get that shift from H2O to H3O2. So structured ionizing, microclustered, ionized, energized, programmed with human blueprint frequencies, water, right? So all of that happens when you pour it through the hydrating ionizer and then use one or more than one of the lasers with the gold disc. It's amazing the difference. And the body wants structured water. That's by nature's design. Because nature, through the Rocky Mountain streams exposed to the sunshine, that's the same thing you've got when you use the hydrating ionizer and the laser along with the gold disc. So we're replicating sunshine and the Rocky Mountain stream. I carry my sunshine and my Rocky Mountain stream with me all the time. So the benefits of ionized water is H3O2 is not just for the health conscious, it's also a ubiquitous byproduct of living plants and fruits that can be found in nature. The water in a lot of the fruits is already H3O2. In fact, it's said that structured water has the capacity to store and release energy in a more efficient way than unstructured water because it's structured, okay? It's organized, it's as nature intended. So because H3O2 may enhance nutrient absorption and boost metabolism in addition to removing metabolic waste, it's a greater alternative than bottled drinking water, which I'm not a fan of that, never have been. But the benefits of structured microclustered ionized water: in structured form, water has a lower surface tension. Remember, we talked earlier about surface tension in tap water and bottled water, too much surface tension to get into the cells easily, where structured water easily penetrates the cells because it's a lower surface tension as well as a lower molecular structure, less clusters in a structure. So this causes it to attract more nutrients. By doing so, it carries more nutrients into your cells. On the flip side, it also attaches to toxins on its way out and cleanses your system. So this type of water may help improve your energy levels and your mood. With improved nutrient intake, your immune system will work better in fighting off illnesses. Again, when you have free-flowing red blood cells, you have better microcirculation, more oxygen, more life force energy. Your immune system, the white blood cells, are free to go where they need to and do what they need to, because they're not stuck in a rouleed sticky blood. So you will also heal faster. That's a fact, especially if you use a red and infrared laser too. So hydrate with H3O2 to boost your brain power as well, because again, the brain needs oxygen, needs everything. So what are some of the benefits of drinking structured water? Experts such as Dr. Pollack believe that structured water acts like a power source that can help us stay maximally hydrated. And that's really the key to staying healthy, because as the many roles of water and hydration have in the body, structured water is said to potentially benefit an endless list. Okay. Energy levels, digestion, regularity, enzymes that help with nutrient absorption, concentration, muscle contraction. Your body cannot do anything without water. Every function in the body takes water and some kind of minerals, to communicate back and forth. And so joint health, arthritic pain, it's amazing how quick the body can heal when you give it the frequency that it needs and get out of its way, which is the structured microclustered ionized water that's programmed, and then the frequencies and the lasers. Those two are a combination that just really brings the body to a whole different level. So unprocessed sea salt contains about 75 essential ionic minerals that the body needs. Common table salt has only 2, sodium and chloride, and it's been heated over 1200 degrees, and they've added aluminum so that it doesn't stick together as a non-caking agent. So stay away from that. Our bodies need 1 to 2 teaspoons of unprocessed sea salt daily on your food, on your tongue, in your water, through the day, not all at once. So take a big drink of water, put 1/8 or so of a teaspoon on your tongue, let it dissolve and wash it down. That triggers a lot of the hormones and stuff, in the brain. So I prefer the Redmond's real salt from an underground mine in Utah. It hasn't been exposed to a lot of the pollutants, and of all the salts we've tested, it vibrates the highest and has the least amount of heavy metals in it. So energy, we must have sustainable energy to keep our bodies going and healthy. Unprocessed sea salt is the body's matrix system for transporting energy throughout the entire human organism. You can't even create a thought or move your body without the trace minerals in unprocessed sea salt. Healing, salt plays a big part in self-healing by helping your body to digest your food and turn it into living tissues, as well as helping to transmit nerve impulses that contract your muscles, etc. Balance, okay, in order for your cells to function normally, a salt and water balance must be maintained. Again, you got to be hydrated by taking enough water with the salt. Alkalinity, salt and water are also necessary for making the sodium bicarbonate your body needs to alkalize the food we eat, for maintaining the alkalinity of the blood and the lymph fluids. So that's a big one right there. That's why there's so much osteoporosis in our country, is people are eating so much of the acidic, no energy, low energy, lifeless foods. The body has to pull calcium, etc., out of the bones and the teeth to keep your blood at 7.365 alkalinity. Otherwise, you die. Okay, because if it drops like to 7.3, you could, or 7 point, in that area. When that blood hits the heart, it stops the heart. So that's a whole nother story. So a deficiency of salt is equal to a deficiency of energy. Without salt, there is no life. So it's really that simple. Again, it's about being as healthy as you can if you have an emergency, and then prevention is the best cure for anything. Stay hydrated, stay healthy, and then you'll have a lot more fun in life. So nobody else can vibrate for you. It's up to you, and we can help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. So give me a call, give me a text, let me know how I can help. If you have any questions, my YouTube channel is youtube.com/@TheRedLaserGuy. Cell phone is 469-766-5511. So that's what we've got for tonight. We'll be back next week with another show. So take care and have fun. Bye for now.